All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We see Mafuz from Laurel, Maryland. Eldridge. It snowed in Vegas yesterday? Really? Bethany Gibbs has 8 inches of snow in Seattle. Brenda from OKC. Nicholas, snowy Sweden, so it's snowing everywhere, huh? Except LA. Morning, Linda from Washington. Snowy Washington. Court Gomes, I know it's not snowing in Florida. I think the last time I saw snow in Florida was in that movie The Day After Tomorrow. Patty Moore from Hawaii. Shane West from Frozen Chicago. Keenan Smith, Dallas, Texas. Good morning. Good morning. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Find a vehicle like KGX. Take action, stay focused, and don't get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this space. You have limited resources. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So let me go ahead and get this started. A couple of things to know. Today is Wednesday, which means my gardener will be here, so might be interrupted with noise. And for whatever reason, my computer that I'm running this on is moving very slowly. So I just want to be prepared for that. So let me go ahead and turn on screen share. And let's take a look at the market. So just give this a second for this to load up for me. Again, if you're just joining us, go ahead and make sure you hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube channel. And I can see this screen on my other computer, so I'll just give the numbers while this is still loading up. My other computer is moving much, much faster. All right, so from 24 hours, I did not do late night crypto talk last night, I don't think. So the market cap is at $111 billion. Bitcoin dominance is 53.5%, which means the market cap actually dropped 2 billion over the last, little more than 2 billion. And most of that was in the altcoins. Now, I'm actually proud of myself. I was going to do this when the price hit 3,600, but I didn't see it getting that high anytime soon. So I went ahead and made the move last night, and it actually saved me some money. I went ahead and put all my stuff into Tether out of Bitcoin. And right after I did that, the Bitcoin market dropped 4%. So I'm going to keep this. And again, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not suggesting anybody do that themselves. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold in that position until I see the Bitcoin drop below 3,000. When it drops below 3,000, which I'm confident that it will, then I'm going to move it back into Bitcoin. But I need to figure out at what mark, because I think that when it drops below 3,000, it's going to cause a panic. And it's going to be, and the people that's going to be panicking are those investors that got in 2017, when Bitcoin was above maybe $1,500 or $2,000 a coin. And they've been still holding right now because they think that one day it's going to rise up, and at least they still have a profit if they were to sell right now. But they're not that educated on the space. Those are the people that's going to freak out, and the news media is going to freak out. It's going to be nothing but doom and gloom. The retail investors are going to be gobbling the coins up during that time. So I just got to figure out, is that mark going to be 2,800, 2,500? Or lower? At one point, do I want to come back in and then start stacking up and stocking up on coins? But right now, Bitcoin is down 1.6% over the last 24 hours. Ripple, the same exact amount. I've never seen that before. 1.62%. Ethereum, negative 2.4%. So after being flatlined for a week, we're starting to see some movement. The Binance coin is up 12%. What? Got up to number 10 on the market cap. Best performers. Binance coin 12.8%. Bitcoin Cash 6.8%. Veritasium 5.4%. Let's see, if Bitcoin SV, then Bitcoin Cash should have also had a big jump, and it didn't. That's interesting. Let me go back and see what the difference was. I don't remember seeing any news about Bitcoin SV doing anything spectacular. So there's Bitcoin Cash is down while Bitcoin SV, oh, look, it's up 8% right now. Look at that jump. Speaking of it, look at the entire market. It started to peak upwards right now. But Bitcoin SV, really, Binance coin 12.8. But definitely want to keep eye on this for the next 12 hours to see how this plays out. All right, let's take a look at some news. Mining Bitcoin or the crypto ruble, just another form of counterfeiting, claims Russian banking chief. Now that is, I'm surprised. We're talking about Russia here. We already know where Vladimir Putin stands on this. Putin is in an all-out war to marginalize the U.S. dollar and Washington, D.C., and our influence on the world. And the one way he sees doing that is by attacking the U.S. dollar, by using alternatives to avoid sanctions. And he's the one that said we need to have the crypto ruble. He said that 2 years ago. He told his banking community, make it happen. But now we've got the banking chief is saying it's another form of counterfeiting. You might get away with that in the United States, but in Russia, you might end up missing. I'm just saying, you're going against what Putin wants. So this is going to be interesting. Let me point this link in the chat box. All right. The head of VTB Bank, a major Russian financial institution that sees the government as its majority shareholder, has compared Bitcoin mining with counterfeiting. Andrei Kostin, who serves as the president and the chairman of the management board of VTB Bank, said Monday during an event that any person who prints digital money to replace Russian ruble was counterfeiting the state-backed fiat. According to Russian news agency TASS, the 60-year-old banker also declared that he put central bank digital currencies in the same basket of decentralized cryptocurrencies, adding that, I'm not a big supporter of crypto ruble. For me, this is some kind of counterfeiting. A person who sits and mines is the same as a person sitting and printing money. Okay, well, then what you're saying, what you do is counterfeiting then, because all you do is print money. I'm not a big supporter of crypto ruble. And so you just shut yourself, you just admitted that you're counterfeiting because your bank prints money, your government prints money. The comments followed the Russian Association of Cryptocurrency and Blockchain's announcement of launching a state-backed crypto ruble by mid-2019. The Putin government had taken those steps to circumvent U.S. economic sanctions. Meanwhile, it had established that crypto ruble would be a Bitcoin independent, non-mineable asset that would be straightforwardly pegged to the real ruble. Okay, so in other words, it is not a cryptocurrency. All they're doing is taking the ruble and making it digitized. It is a digital currency. It is not decentralized. It's controlled by the Russians, the bank, the government. It is not cryptocurrency. Pre-mined. So no takers for cryptocurrencies. Costin also settled that cryptocurrencies did not have an established market to sustain itself in the long run. We heard the same argument about the internet in 1992. He presented cryptocurrencies as a phenomenon that went out of trend because of its lack of utility. When did it go out of trend? It's been here for 10 years and only gaining popularity. He added, I think that there was such euphoria at first. No, there wasn't. See, this is the type of guy. For him, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency started in December of 2017. That's when it started, when it was like $19,000 a coin. Completely ignoring 9 years of history before that. It didn't start out with euphoria. Everyone thought that tomorrow everything would be calculated in cryptocurrencies, but it is not happening yet. No, they didn't. By the end of 2018, the cryptocurrency market had established one of the longest running bear cycles in its history. During the negative trend, the crypto market cap, which included the valuation of top coins like Bitcoin and Ether, had lost 1/3 of its value, according to statistics. Okay, we have to clarify this. It lost 1/3 of its value based on December 2017 numbers. It is 3 times worth more today than it was in its previous 8-year history. So it's like in politics, whenever you want to see polling data, questions asked a certain way to get a certain answer, or a question asked to a certain segment of the population as opposed to ignoring another segment that you know is going to give you a different answer. Media is very, very good at this. It's a manipulation of the facts. That is also why education is important, because if you're educated, you know the real deal. You know what you can see through, if you're being gaslighted here or whatnot. So according to statistics, the 2018 crypto crash was worse than the infamous dot-com bubble of the late 90s. Okay, if you're going to use that as an example, if you're going to say, wow, the crypto crash was bigger than the dot-com bubble, what happened after the dot-com bubble of the late 90s? Did the internet disappear and go away? Did we go back to writing letters to each other across country? What happened? Oh, I don't know. The world's richest man right now came from that era. So if we're following their analogy, and crypto does what the internet.com did, the rocket hasn't taken off yet. Hey, I'm only saying. Crypto enthusiasts turned to 2019 for better results following regulators' attempt to regulate the market and make it more suitable for large investors. However, Costin believed that all those efforts would not yield any desired outcomes because of the intrinsic nature of cryptocurrencies. He's quoted as stating, there are a lot of negative factors. I'm not talking about the fact regulators consider cryptocurrency dangerous from the point of view of money laundering, terrorist financing, etc. Today, both the Fed and the ECB regulate the cryptocurrency market with monetary policy instruments. But in the long run, it will be impossible. There is no mechanism for regulating the cryptocurrency market. That is true. That's what they're afraid of right there. There is no mechanism for regulating the cryptocurrency market. That is why we have crypto in the first place. That was the entire point. The potential threat is if this market, while small, becomes a city of the dominant. Why? He just admitted what they're afraid of. You guys see that? I'm going to read that part one more time. This is what all of the bankers and the governments are afraid of. There is no mechanism for regulating the cryptocurrency market. The potential threat is if this market, while small, becomes a city of the dominant. That is exactly why it was created. We lost faith in the banks. We lost faith in the government. We saw what happened in 2008. None of those clowns went to jail. I read the article yesterday about the bankers, $2 trillion in fraud, money laundering a year by the banks, being hidden and covered up by the banks. And their only consequence is a slap on the wrist. Oh, well, you got to pay a $1.9 billion fine. Now, that may seem like a lot of money, but they laundered $2 trillion. That's pennies to them. That's the cost of doing business. Why? Because nobody went to jail. That is the system that they want to keep place. $2 trillion a year of money laundering. And the threat is that this new crypto market is going to come in that they can't control. You heard it directly from the mouth of the chief of the banking system of all of Russia. Do you think he's the only one banker in the world who thinks the same way? Gray area for crypto. As the course of press statements about Bitcoin continue, the cryptocurrency sector as a whole remains mostly unregulated under the Russian Federation. In November 2016, the Federal Tax Service of Russia said that Bitcoin was not illegal. However, in September 2017, the Russian central bank head Elvira Nabiullina said that Bitcoin was not equivalent to money, which means people could not use the digital currency to purchase or sell goods and services. Let's see how long he's able to maintain that, because it can't be stopped. Got people blowing me up right now. All right, next article. Oh, wait, it's not over yet? Let's see. Russia's telecom regulator in 2017 banned Bitcoin market websites. In 2018, Russia's crypto sector saw major developments as lawmakers decided to draft a new legal framework for their industry. In May, a cryptocurrency and blockchain legislation passed its reading stage through the Russian parliament. However, it was sent back for additional modifications. In January of 2009, the chairman of the upper house of the Russian parliament requested lawmakers accelerate their work on preparing a crypto regulation bill. So as you see, as time goes on, it can't be stopped. This banker is going to be pushed out of the way, one way or another. This is Russia we're talking about, and mass adoption is going to happen. All right, next up. Bitcoin in danger zone. Traders brace for BTC fall to 12-month low as market drops 4%. I am glad I made that move last night. I would have lost 4% in value, not in money, because you only lose when you decide to sell. So I didn't sell my coins for US dollars. Oh, are you kidding me? I think I just got bumped off. You may still be able to hear me, but you may not be able to see my screen. But I'm going to continue. No, sometimes technology has a mind of its own. Copy. All right. Bitcoin in danger zone. Traders brace for BTC fall to 12-month low as market drops 4%. In the last 24 hours, the prices of major crypto assets have fallen by more than 5% as the Bitcoin price declined by around 2%. In consideration of the pattern of BTC since early January of achieving lower highs across 4 consecutive weeks, some traders expect Bitcoin to test its 12-month low. In mid-December, Bitcoin dropped to as low as $3,122 against the USD after showing some signs of recovery in the later half of the month. The dominant cryptocurrency initiated a continuous sell-off. Oh, good. You guys can still see it. So all good. Yeah, I can see it on my other computer too. Good morning, Stan. Patricia Davis. So in the long term, most executives and investors in the cryptocurrency sector believe digital assets can recover to 2017 peak levels. I agree with that. In the short term, however, the vast majority of investors in the space unanimously agree that digital assets will face more bloodbath. Some, including Charles Hoskinson, the co-creator of Ethereum and founder of Cardano, are more bearish on the upcoming few months in the digital asset market than others. Previously, Hoskinson said that the price of cryptocurrencies could take 11 years to recover to their all-time highs. I doubt that. Are you kidding me? It's not going to take no 11 years. Throughout the past several weeks, traders like Don Alt and Saka have emphasized that it is crucial for Bitcoin to maintain stability above the 3,400 to 3,500 range. The failure to hover above the tight range could result in downside volatility and a retest of the asset's 12-month low. In December, Don Alt said that if BTC falls to the low region of $3,000, a drop to the $2,000 region is inevitable, with $2,900 as a viable target. Close below support, not looking too pretty. BTC needs to reclaim supports quickly, otherwise. I expect it to go for the previous lows. If those don't hold, I'm looking at $2,900. There are no supports left on the daily. Hope for a fake out or SFP at the lows, the trader said. With the volatility of BTC testing a new zone for the first time since mid-2017, a large price movement is expected. Get this out the way. It remains uncertain whether the spike in volatility would lead to an upward or a downward movement for BTC. Based on the past performance of BTC since early 2019, traders generally expect the asset to demonstrate weakness in the short term. As CCN reported, Matt Hugin, the global head of research at Bitwise, told Bloomberg's Barry Ritholtz that the cryptocurrency sector is like the dot-com bubble. He said it did the same thing that happened with the internet, which is it attracted a huge amount of talent. It did bring a lot of capital and interest in development to the ecosystem. So I do think interesting things will be born from that. But yes, it was a difficult year in 2018. I think Bitcoin is the next .com. Remember, the .com bubble created pets.com, but it also created Amazon. I agree with that. In late 2017, the interest toward cryptocurrencies from the mainstream was so high that every mainstream media outlet in every major region extensively reported about the emerging asset class on a daily basis. Psychologically and financially, it will be difficult for retail investors who primarily fueled the bull run of digital assets 2 years ago to recover. That pain is psychological. When you look at your crypto portfolio and the price is down, it's not real pain. You still have the same number of coins you bought. Real pain is selling those coins for less than what you paid for them. How many times do we say that? This is why it's important to be educated in this space. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have or how much success you've had in other spaces. The world's #1 lawyer cannot go into the surgery room in a hospital and perform heart surgery on somebody. I've seen one of the top money earners in the entire network marketing industry in front of thousands of people say, yeah, you should buy high and sell low. I'm not knocking them. What I'm saying is education is fundamental. For that reason, some investors expect a wave of institutional investors to drive the next rally of cryptocurrencies, possibly by the year's end. But whether institutional money or retail investors contribute to the gradual recovery of the asset class, the short-term outlook on the cryptocurrency market remains poor. More importantly, institutional investors, backed Fidelity, and NASDAQ are all long-term catalysts that will not have an immediate impact on the prices of crypto assets. In the first 2 quarters of 2019, traders see the bear market extending, especially if BTC falls below a key support level at $3,000. So I still believe that, yeah, this is going to drop below 3,000, and then all the institutional investors who put the reset button on Bitcoin in December 2017 are going to swoop in, snatch up all the coins. One suggestion that I do have, no matter your education in the crypto space, whether you know how to trade, you know how to buy, you know how to mine, you understand all of that, one suggestion I have is that you at least own one full coin and you sit on it. You stash it away. Never look at it again for the next 5 to 10 years. You'll thank me later for that. All right, last article up. Google. This should not be a surprise to anybody. I predicted this 2 years ago. Not just Google, but also Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, all of them. So what is Google talking about? Google is creating a search engine for blockchains. This is the next evolution. Right now, you've got blockchain.com or blockchain.info. Google's going to take it to a whole nother level. So let's see what they're up to. Search engine giant Google is expanding its parameters as it creates a search engine for blockchains ahead of demand anticipation. Google, the brain of the internet, has been secretly working on a new project, recently reports Forbes. Conspicuous by its absence from the big tech firms entering blockchain space crowd, the firms seem to be on the fence, whilst the likes of Microsoft and Amazon have been working on their own blockchain-based systems. However, it has come to light that senior developer advocate for Google Cloud, Alan Day, is working on creating a search engine which will essentially become Google for blockchains. Let's take a look at how it's working. Blockchain ETL. Day has been working using Google's big data analytics platform, BigQuery. He and his team have been inputting the data from the Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchains onto the platform in order to develop ways of navigating and analyzing it. The result is the creation of a suite of sophisticated tools which can be used to search the data. This, if you're a criminal and you still think it's wise to try to use Bitcoin and crypto to launder money, because everything on the blockchain is public. The blockchain don't lie. You can't hide. Only your identity is hidden unless somebody can match who you are to a wallet you control and then trace all wallets that you're sending money to. But when Google gets a hold of this and they start being able to micro-examine the entire blockchain, it's game over. Only problem I have with that is the whole Big Brother thing. Government, again, trying to collect data. The most valuable thing to sell right now, if you understand this, the most valuable thing that companies sell is not their product. Nope. Cell phone companies are not making money off of selling their cell phones. Phone providers are not making money off selling their monthly subscriptions. Facebook is not making money off of charging you to use Facebook because it's free. Where is the money being made? What is the most valuable thing to sell? Data. Data. And Google's about to accumulate a lot of data, which they then can sell. You know who will be using it? The IRS, government, FBI, CIA, all in the name of anti-money laundering, know your customer, security. That's why when I was in Seattle, I unplugged my Alexa. I mean, I go down that road. All right. So they've been working on this. It's currently going under the name Blockchain ETL, which stands for Extract, Transform, and Load, and has already been picking up a host of developer teams who have been using the data to work on their own projects. Here's that word again, using the data to work on their own projects. Incredibly, because of the lack of publicity, in the last year, more than 500 projects have been developed using the tools. Are you kidding me? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. They already have 500 projects under work. These projects have ranged from price predictions for Bitcoin to analysis of wealth distribution amongst crypto holders, AI tracking and transaction mapping. Day himself is focusing on the use of blockchains by AI. On the Ethereum blockchain, he has been monitoring the actions of AI bots. High volume for what used to be the second largest crypto, but which now has lost more than 80% of its value since December 2017. Suggests crypto exchanges using bots to engage in wash trading in order to inflate Ether's price. Wait. Okay, that didn't click in my head. I got to read that part again. So he's focusing on the use of blockchains by AI. On the Ethereum blockchain, he has been monitoring the actions of AI bots. So in other words, I've been doing this on Poloniex. I forgot my computer's going to run slow. So let me refresh that and I'll come back. But I'll make okay, here it is. If you look at Poloniex and you look at the buy and the sell orders, that's already there. See if this pulls up for me real quick. I noticed this in December, that there is a bot or an individual or a group that was trading 50 Bitcoin, either buying and selling. And it was always in between about $40 swing. And then I noticed that it was constantly adjusting itself faster than a human can do it. So I came to the conclusion that I think it's a bot. The question is, who's controlling it? Because when you have a whale that size, they can actually manipulate the market because every other trader is watching what they do and shorting it or highing what they do. And if I look now, it's still there. This time it's at 40 Bitcoin buy order right now at 33.83. Sell order, 40 Bitcoin at 34.34. So he's selling it at 34.34, buying it at 33.83. That's about $40. You see that? It is still there. We're in February. So this thing's been going since I've been looking at it for over 2.5 months. And I've never seen it actually execute these trades unless it's happening so fast because it's an AI bot doing it. But I've been monitoring this, and the reason why I was able to do, 12% in a couple of weeks in December, because I was following this bot. So, for example, if it has a buy order of 33.83, I will put my buy order at 33.80. If it has a sell order at 34.34, I will put my sell order at about 34.40 or 34.50. That's what I was doing. And then when it would hit those marks, I will automatically redo it and do it again. I just haven't done it all of January because the price dropped on me from 39.80 all the way down to 3,400. And I didn't want to sell to take that loss. So I was sitting there and holding. So instead, I just put it into Tether and I'm just going to sit back and chill. Maybe I'll put another investment in, but I don't want to do that on the Poloniex exchange. I'm going to do that on the Binance exchange. And I'm going to start trading on Binance instead. Normally, I just use Binance to buy coins that I can't get anywhere else. I don't actively trade on Binance, but I'm going to make that switch because we've been seeing what's been going on with these exchanges lately. Cryptopia getting hacked. We got Quadriga CX in Canada, the largest exchange in Canada, pulling an exit scam. That's what I believe. Pulling an exit scam right now with the death of their owner, CEO. Never leave your coins on exchanges. So I no longer am trusting Poloniex like I used to. I'm going to transfer to Binance. Anyways, so they're using AI. And he was looking at it because it suggests crypto exchanges are using bots to engage in wash trading in order to inflate Ether's price. So I think Poloniex is using that bot to manipulate their own numbers. Now, I do not have evidence. I do not have proof of this. I'm only going from my own observation, watching them for a couple of months now. It doesn't smell right. It's made me a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But I figured out I know what they're doing. It's probably Poloniex itself is their own bot. So he hopes that as he develops his toolkit, these problems will be able to be addressed. In the future, moving more economic activity on chain won't just require a consensus level of trust. It will require having some trust in knowing about who it is you're actually interacting with. A Danish developer has similarly been using blockchain ETL to map transactions on the Ripple chain, all 400 gigabytes of which was uploaded to the project by Dutch developer Wheatsea Wind in August 2018. Within it, the largest crypto exchanges are visible as black craters in an image that looks like a cellular organism. What in the world am I looking at? Let me read that again. A Danish developer has similarly been using blockchain ETL to map transactions on the Ripple chain. Okay. All 400 gigabytes of which was uploaded to the project by Dutch developer. Okay. Within it, the largest crypto exchanges are visible as black craters. Okay, I see. Bitstamp, Kraken, Binance, Poloniex. Poloniex is bigger than Binance on here? Or maybe more Ethereum trading is happening on Poloniex than Binance? Bittrex, Shapeshift, BitHum. You got Uphold, CEXIO, HitBTC, BitBank, CoinCheck, WireX. Oh, wait, now here's Binance down here again. Okay. That looks like cellular organisms. This is really AI. This is making me think of Terminator 2. You know, he was liquid metal. There is no doubt the Google have come late to the blockchain party. Amazon got in last year with its suite of tools for building and managing blockchain. Did you guys know that? Microsoft began working in 2015 on its Ethereum-based Azure blockchain workbench. The companies are equally pulling in revenue from these ventures. Where do you think that revenue is coming from? They're selling data. Amazon made $27 billion from cloud-based services last year, whilst Microsoft made $10 billion. Google made $3 billion. Now, just because Google comes late doesn't mean that they can't dominate. Yahoo came before Google. MySpace came before Facebook. Blockbuster came before Netflix. This does seem to be changing, however, because Google's been a sleeping giant in the blockchain. Days plans continue, and the blockchains of Litecoin, Zcash, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, and Dogecoin will now be added to BigQuery. I'm very interested to quantify what's happening so that we can see where the legitimate use cases are for blockchain. Then we can move to the next use case and develop out what these technologies are really appropriate for, said Day. So here's another example where I say for those people who don't believe that Bitcoin and crypto is going to impact their life, that it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. Your opinion is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that all the companies and services that you use daily is adopting this technology, integrating it, and using it. So you will be using it without even knowing you're using it. And then by the time you figure it out, it will be too late for you to take advantage like those of us right now are taking advantage of it. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for Crypto Talk for today. Tomorrow we have a call at 1 p.m. Eastern with Dave Smith, represented from Green. We're going to find out exactly whatever it is he's able to tell us. He's already been sent a suite of questions, so we can get an update on what's going on with Green. Also, I will be doing a KGX presentation tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Those of you who were on yesterday, you heard me mention and talk about being able to get funding so that you can fund your crypto goals. Some of you that have sent me, you wanted more information on, I have not responded back, and here's why. This is not for everybody. If you're going to get a $100,000 loan, you've got to be responsible, knowing that you're going to be able to pay it off, which means you've got to know what to do with the money when you get it. Not go out and buy a car, buy a house, pay off your credit card debt and some stuff. You got to know how to flip that money. And I'm being very selective because at the end of the day, no matter what I say, because I'm not always 100% correct, but no matter what I say, no matter what disclaimers I say, no matter the fact that you're a grown-ass adult, no matter what, if something happens that you're not happy with, you're going to come back and blame me, no matter what. I've been in this game long enough that I know how to deal and handle with that. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for the choices and the decisions you make. Here is some advice, and I am going to give advice on this because this is not financial advice. Here is how I handle things, because at the end of the day, it is not what happens to you that is important. It is how you deal with what happens to you. And the same thing can happen to two people or everybody. Here's how I deal with things. If I'm told something, especially if it's speculation, I always look at it, evaluate it, and then I say, if the worst case scenario can happen, because 9 times out of 10, worst case scenario is what happens. I never go off of 100%, this is how it's going to be. But if worst case scenario were to happen, can I live with it? Am I okay with it? If the answer is yes, then I do it. But that's just me. Unfortunately, that is not everybody else. When things don't go exactly according to plan, for whatever reason, especially when we have no control over it. So no, I am not accepting everybody that wants to do the funding, because I don't want to hear it later down the road when if and when you screw it up. You've got to be responsible and take responsibility for your actions and live with things that don't go the way you want it to go. I don't put brain cells to things that are out of my control and they don't happen according to plan. I'm on to the next. With that, you guys have a great day. If you do still, if you listened to it yesterday and you do feel that you are responsible and you want to be able to secure funding to pay for your crypto projects like our Forex bot that we're about to come out with and anything else, send me a message. I'll shoot you over the information. And you make the decision for yourself, as always. With that, you guys have a great day. Bitcoin Brandon out. I will be back probably tonight for late night crypto talk, depending on what goes on with crypto news. It's been kind of stagnant. I mean, when was the last time I did a late night crypto talk with the sex industry in crypto? It's been a while. There ain't been no news in it. That's late crypto talk. I like that, Jay. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. Hey, I understand how people are. Brandon said this. Therefore, if it doesn't happen exactly as Brandon said, no matter what disclaimers or anything else he said, I'm holding Brandon responsible. That's going to happen all day. And I accept it. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't take risks. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I will see you all maybe tonight. And if I do it tonight, that'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.